With the influx of non-English speaking students in the United States, it's become the responsibility of the public school system to accommodate the language needs of these children. In the Arcadia School District, which already has a Hispanic population that comprises nearly 20% of their total student body, the school is stepping up its efforts to help these students succeed, as Spanish and ELL teacher Jane Bouch can attest.
We just had such a high number of Hispanics that were coming in, and there was no system in place to help them, and they were floundering.
In addition to their English as a second language program, Arcadia has incorporated the English Language Learners program that targets those students with the most limited English language abilities. When 18-year-old native Guatemalan Felipe Martinez began high school in the U.S. just 3 years ago, he didn't know a word of English and soon found school to be a challenge.
When I came to school, it was just English everywhere, and I didn't know English, so I knew I had to learn.
Like Martinez, many Hispanic high school students face problems when they enter the school system so late.
But I do find that when the older the student is, coming from a Spanish-speaking country, the older that student is, the more difficult it is for him to pick up the language.
Many Hispanic students also often face the challenge of a bilingual world between home and school as well.
They send with the child's backpack, parents are supposed to check the backpack every night, and they have slips of what you're supposed to check and what the assignment is and so on. Well, they can't read that, right? So the child doesn't get the kind of practice. And then the other thing is they don't speak English, so how do they even know? We still tell them, let the child read to you anyway, even if you don't understand what they're saying.
However, Superintendent Louis Ferguson explains that Arcadia has developed many resources to help these students.
If a student has to take a test or needs help with assistance in some homework, they can sign out at study hall and go to this resource room.
However, the students still face cultural clashes and language barriers among the other students.
Students are they try to stay away from the other kids. They feel less.
A reason for this may be that many Hispanic students don't stay in the schools long enough to assimilate into the surrounding population. Many choose instead to work and provide for their families at either the Ashley Furniture or Golden Plum factories.
I see a lot of, about the time the males, Hispanic males turn about 16, they have opportunities to get into the workforce, enter the workforce, and therefore they're looking at, okay, I can go into the workforce and earn this salary and help my family. Didn't have these opportunities that I didn't have somewhere else, so they weigh that against going to school.
However, the trend is changing, with more and more Hispanic students graduating and going on to post-secondary education.
Usually, it takes a generation to go on to post-secondary education, and then it becomes expected behavior. So if neither their parents or their grandparents have done that, they probably will not go on to post-secondary education.
However, college-bound Martinez is the exception, and one way he motivated himself to learn English was through his love of music, something he plans to continue to study throughout his life.
The music was another way of learning the language, because if I had to learn a song like in the choir, I had to memorize the lyrics and know what they meant to actually sing it.
We make a real concerted effort to try to get the Hispanic kids involved, and I think that's one of the reasons why things have gone as smoothly as they have.
This is Heather Mawene reporting for Inside Eau Claire.